This is Derek Ofarenwa with TheMedicineShell, and today I'm going to discuss the Arushi in Igbo cosmology. In this video, I'll explain what an Arushi is and what place they hold in the ancestral cosmology, as well as what powers an individual can gain from each one. We are in a time of growing interest in the Arushi of Igbo cosmology. This interest has come with as much confusion as it has come with fervor, and it seems that the further one digs into the concept, the more questions arise. So, with this video, I aim to clarify by being as thorough as possible, as well as revealing something that will change the way you understand our ancestors as a whole. I do warn that this video will be very abstract in some parts, so listen closely and try to follow all the way through the end. Some may need to suspend the way they understand a few concepts for the duration of the video, at least until the end, in order for things to connect. With that said, let me begin by giving you the names and manifestations of a few Arushi in Igbo cosmology that I will use in this video to give a full view of what the Arushi are in ancestral thought. Komosu is the manifest universe. She also goes by the name of Eke and Nne Chukwu, among others. In the beginning of time, Chi had locked himself in a secret chamber away from his wife, Komosu. Against his wishes, Komosu opened the door of the secret chamber, beginning the universe we know today. A great explosion came from the chamber when she opened the door, which scattered her body in all directions as an endless and cosmic wave of darkness. The explosion made the sound Wa, and today Wa is the name of the universe we inhabit. From her body all things have manifest, for darkness is the soil that reality sprouts from. Kamosu is the divine feminine, God the Mother, who provides existence a home on her eternal and infinite body. Before she died, Chukwu, her husband, was working on a secret experiment inside of his newly built chamber known as Obi Chukwu. Out of loneliness, she began to weave a ball of fiber into cloth. So when she died, a spider took the fiber and continued from where the first mother had started. This great spider is Ududo Okankwa, also known as Omatsu, a colossal universal spirit that sits on top of the universe, completing its incomplete design by threading an ever-expanding fabric over the body of Kamosu. This force of infinite creativity possesses the knowledge of God and God's design for the universe, and from there it weaves manifestation together through universal law. Before Chukwu and Kamosu became two, creating the binary state of reality we exist in today, all things were one. This was the monolithic state, a phase of existence where everything and nothing were one. This oneness was the goddess Oma, also known as Ora. Ora is all and all is Ora, and it is from Ora that God the Father and God the Mother partition from. She is all being and all knowing. She is before time, before space, infinity and nothingness as one. When Kamosu died, her husband lifted her body and cried, covering her in a blanket of tears. This cover of tears was known as Oshimiri. Oshimiri is the Arushi of the waters. She is the source of life and the portal between dimensions. She also manifests as love, purity, cleansing, beauty, and passion. Oshimiri goes by many names depending on the community, individual, or body of water she manifests as, but they are all tied to the same maiden, which brought about universal resurrection. And therefore, Oshimiri is the source of rebirth and the heart of the divine. Once his wife resurrected, Chukwu sent a messenger into the world, and this messenger brought with it Anyanwu and Onwa. Anyanwu is the Arushi of the sun. Anyanwu is the most exact manifestation of Chi in the world, and the eye by which Chi watches over creation in day. Anyanwu is light, enlightenment, truth, clarity, vision, and the most exact manifestation of the human soul, as well as the galactic soul from which the Chi radiates. Anyanwu allows us to see Chi as she allows Chi to see us. Within Anyanwu is the manifestation of her mind known as Amadioha. Amadioha is the Arushi who maintains the order of God the Father and safeguards the universe. Amadioha hears the trials of mankind with mercy and discretion, fends off malicious spirits with lightning, and strikes the unrighteous with thunder. Amadioha also manifests as the collective will of a people. And then there's Onwa. Onwa is the moon, the Arushi of Chukwu's left eye. Onwa oversees the spirits as Anyanwu oversees the living on the earthly plane known as Eluwa. Onwa represents the child and divides the year into 13 moons. And it's through Onwa that communities and spirits learn to coordinate with universal order. The reason I chose these Arushi will reveal itself soon, and those I've made videos for I have excluded from this list. By selecting these few out of a great many, I hope to give you the tools necessary to understand what I'm about to say. Because with these Arushi, we'll take an in-depth look at our ancestors' understanding and connection with the universe, and see what it takes to communicate with the Arushi in our own lives in order to manifest into our divine selves. In ancestral cosmology, all things have a chi, and therefore all things have a place in God's design and a sentience, even if that sentience doesn't include what we understand to be a mind or what we understand to be life. The chi is the element that guides the manifestation of its holder, but the chi itself does not manifest into the physical plane. Chi is the divine script given to all parts of nature, big and small, that allots it its own place in the grand design of existence. Scientifically explained, we say that all matter is made of light condensing at a singular point of gravity. We know that the sun is a convergence of an unnumbered amount of particles to a single point. In Igbo cosmology, that point would be understood as the chi of the sun, or more specifically the obi, which is the home of the chi. Because it has a chi, it has life, though different from what we call life, and it has an awareness, though different from what we call awareness. And as the sun is a radiation from its chi, so are we. All understanding is chi understanding chi. All communication is chi communicating with chi. While all manifestation is Eke interacting with Eke, this itself is a method for chi to interact with chi. Your chi is connecting to the chi of a river when you take a drink. Your chi is interacting with the chi of a musician when you listen to their music. At all times, you are connecting to the humanity around you, even if it is not with a human being. But understanding chi is like a ripple or a wave, and the further you get from the center, the fainter it becomes. The less like you things are, the harder it is for you to see the humanity or the chi within them. Once you understand what a chi is, it is easy to see it in your family and friends and neighbors. You may be able to see it in animals, fishes, and birds. You may even recognize its presence in insects, trees, and germs. But to see it in stones, rivers, flames, darkness, light, night, wind, sky, soil, and the four cardinal points would be a challenge. We as a people are optimally designed to understand and communicate with each other. We fall short in our ability to naturally connect with things that are beyond us, to see the mind, life force, and understanding within things that are not human or far from what we understand human to be. Therefore, an Arushi is the interface with the chi of an element in the universe. An Arushi is our level of understanding of each part of God's design. It is the humanity we see in the sky, in the earth, in the rivers, in community, in mountains, in stars, and in the infinite darkness of the universe. It is the sentience of a natural element. The way you are the Arushi of your chi, Arobinagun is the Arushi of the collective flora of the forest. Anyanwu is the Arushi of the chi within the sun. And Kamosu is the Arushi of the cosmic darkness that envelopes the universe. The universal design is woven by physical and spiritual elements. So in this metaphor, we'll imagine the universe as a spider's web. Each spiritual element it takes to make the universe is like a string radiating outwards from a spider's web. At the center of the spider's web is Obi Chukwu, the home of the great chi. These individual strings are the Arushi of Igbo cosmology, each with its own chi, meaning that it has a place and a path, as well as the same universal mind that connects us all to our personal divinity. Gravity is a string in the web of existence. It is a fiber, and without this fiber, our existence cannot be what it is. Water, winds, solids, and ether are strings. Light is a string, as is darkness, life and death. Purpose and will are all among an uncountable number of strings that make our universe whole. But in a spider's web, each string touches a series of radial loops, all of them repetitions of the same pattern but existing on different scales on the web. In Igbo cosmology, this is a metaphor for the different scales and planes of existence. Like the spindle strings, a single Arushi touches on multiple planes of existence at once. A single spirit therefore manifests from small to sizable to incomprehensible levels all at once, each loop of existence having its own intersection with the spirit radiating from the center of the design. So for example, the element that is Eke or Komosu manifests as Uwa, which manifests as Allah, the Earth Mother, which manifests as woman. The element that is Chi manifests as Anyanwu, which manifests as Amadioha, which then manifests as man. Because Oshimiri that came from Chi shrouded Uwa and led to the birth of Allah, we understand that the insemination from a man into the darkness of a woman's womb is the formula for creating a new life. If you can understand how the string intersects at one level of existence, you will understand how and where it'll intersect on other planes of manifestation, and hence the ancestral proverb, Dinka namadi no ganrogene werekile odugo. The ironsmith who does not know how he will build an ogene should watch the tail of the eagle. And therefore, the Arushi teach us through metaphor, and because we are children of the universe, they serve as role models for understanding ourself and our community in Odinala, each serving as a string of understanding radiating from the universal mind that comes from Nne Chukwu. For when one understands all of the Arushi of the universe, their mind is no different from the mind of God the Father and God the Mother. Igwe is the Arushi of the sky, and Allah is the Arushi of the earth. Igwe manifests as male, and Allah manifests as female. Metaphorically, this relationship manifests as the incomprehensibly big idea of chi and eke, but on a smaller scale as husband and wife and mother and father. And therefore, we learn how to navigate the relationship between man and woman, mother and father, and husband and wife by watching sky. Based on who we are and what we need, different levels of understanding are necessary to observe. In Igbo culture, we use a branch of the Urushi tree to build an enfant, a phallic staff passed down from generation to generation from one male to another. A dibia Algun will take the metaphor a step further and understand that the Urushi has medicinal use in boosting a man's ability to procreate and pass his gene down from one generation to another. And in Africa and the West, this plant is the cornerstone for male fertility medicine till this day. It is from observing their appearances on several planes of nature that a dibia gains clues on their personalities and proclivities as a universal element. These observations guide the personification of the universal element. A beautiful python-bearing woman is often used to represent Oshimiri, which itself shows that the Arushi's path through the world connects the python, woman, rebirth, purification, and beauty as different manifestations of a single fiber of existence. And therefore, harnessing the power of the Arushi is in understanding their path through the universe. The rules of Odinala are written in the movement of the sun, moon, and stars. Its preachers are the rivers, and its lecturers come from experience and observing life itself. To see the chi in all things in order to gain from its wisdom, we harness the spirit of flight by observing the chi of the bird. And a dibia once reported that before he became a dibia, he was made to stare at a tree until he saw himself inside of it. The power of the Arushi is seeing the string where it intersects in your personal life as well as internal universe, in your family and community, in your relationship with the universe itself, in your endeavors, whether you're a doctor, artist, business person, storyteller, student, or musician. These spirits serve as role models for life on Earth, meaning that our ancestors sat at the feet of nature and learned from its stories and examples. And this is demonstrated in the following story. When humans were new to the earth, they asked Chukwu for something to eat. Hunger had struck them dearly, and having no knowledge of anything other than asking God, they did what they knew best. Hearing their cries, Chukwu sent a yam down for them, but ravished with hunger and ignorant of its value, they ate the yam entirely and began to beg again. Chukwu then told them the secret to survival, to cut the tip off the yam and plant it so that it'll multiply. And so they did, and Chukwu was right. The yams multiplied and the people were happy. To celebrate this great breakthrough, all of the Arushi appeared on earth and declared a great feast. So humans dined with Arushi and the Arushi dined with humans. But while the humans ate what they themselves produced, they noticed the Arushi doing something entirely different, something they had never seen or done before. One Arushi would take what it had in abundance and trade it with another for what it had in abundance. They did this over and over, until all of the Arushi had feasted on everything the universe had to offer before returning home. Learning from watching them, humans began to grow many different things, the way they grew yams. But instead of eating what they produced alone, they gave to each other and received what the other had. And for this reason, markets are sacred in Igbo culture, for they are living examples of what the gods taught us, that life is give and take, that you can use what you have to get what you do not possess, that the universe is best enjoyed when chi exchanges with chi. And that's it. This topic is very vast, and this video is definitely as condensed as possible. I can do an entire YouTube series just trying to explain this concept. I also wanted to mention that the name Arushi is somewhat inexact. It means the source of trouble, because things would go wrong and people would say, Owebek Arushi, or this is where the problem is coming from. And so then the term stuck. The strings I described in the video are best known as Iro. That translates best to phenomena or potency, like God's potency. And the more accurate term for Arushi then is Ironsi, as a source of phenomena, some being Aru and others being blessing. But Arusi is the most popular by far, so I'm not going to rock the boat. But yeah, let me know what you think and what you want to hear about next. I can cover more of the Arushi that I didn't list or do deep dives on some of the ones I covered in this video. Again, make sure to subscribe and thanks for watching.